everyone to Our House Mondays. I am still reporting live from my bedroom. No fancy backgrounds or anything like that. That's all downstairs. I don't really even have access to my thumbnails to create thumbnails, so it's just very, very plain, right? Now, the screenshot that I had on the title of the video, that was an online party that Dark Road Run had thrown on the weekend, and very, very happy to join that because it was very talented and a lot of fun. He was there jamming a lot of country songs, Willie Nelson, a little bit of rap, a little bit of this. I don't know if you saw the video, but I'm going to leave a link to the video after this feed. He did a great job, and he teaches me a lot about technology. You'll see a little bikini girl in the middle there. You'll see Dustin, myself, Driver Sensei, Dark Road Run on the guitars. Actually got a damn good voice as well. I'm not sure if you have heard him singing, but the guy is insanely talented, right? So go and support him, Dark Road Run. James Skidmore's in the house. Hi, Prof. Hopefully you're as comfortable as you can be. Yeah, as comfortable as you can be. You know, one foot up in the air, other foot down. Not trying to get enough. Not trying to get too much blood to the leg. And I go in on Wednesday to schedule a surgery. I want to get this over and done with. It is so frustrating and demoralizing. I can tell you that. You're stuck in one spot pretty much 24 hours a day, right? The only time you get up is to go to the bathroom because it's painful. So welcome. If there's anything you'd like to share, I did read the headlines that a federal judge tossed out Uber's AB5 challenge, right? They try to file another lawsuit against California, and then the judge dismissed it. And it was filed by Uber and Postmates challenging the constitutionality of AB5, long word. Judge kicked it out. So that's one battle going on here in California. But and probably a little bit boring for drivers around the country, just hearing AB5, yes on 22, no on 22, can get a little bit monotonous and boring, right? So the best is you go out there, do your own homework, and decide if you are in California whether it's good or not good for you. Feel free to share. I will read out your comments. My little son, as I know him, he just always likes to cheer me up. Said, "Hey, Dad, check this out. Best trip ever. Went surfing in Hawaii, and there's one island that has 3 different colored beaches: a black beach, white powder sand beaches, and green sand. It's the only island in the world that has all 3 colors." So he said, "Look, Dad, you just wanted to cheer me up. Send me some old school pictures." My suggestion to you is take a ton of photos. It's the same thing in the rideshare business or the food delivery business. Take photos or footage, videos of your family, videos, dash cam videos of things in your car, right? Because 99% of the time that little bit of footage comes back and saves you. So I cannot even emphasize how crucial dash cam footage is, right? There's no denying what happened in that car once you've reviewed the DoorDash, the dash cam. I said DoorDash, geez, like I just made a video on DoorDash. But once you review the dash cam video. San Diego Rideshare Pro in the house, broken bones, and you're still getting it done. No on Prop 22. Bless you, Thomas. Thank you. Thomas, put me under the chopping block, man. I just want to get in there, put those bolts and screws in. They said I was going to get them. Just do it, man. Do it yesterday. I want to get this over and done and start the healing process. And then somewhere down the line, the walking process. Man, this is so frustrating. Howard, thank you for throwing that down. I appreciate you. That reminds me of that cup there reminds me of my soup that Laura just brought me, Thomas. So I'm going to take a sip here. And Thomas, she's been a trooper, man. She's been my nurse, my everything, my shopper, my wife. I mean, she's got like 20 titles. Paul Figueroa, I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Paul had a mega big Saturday night. Those were epic numbers, right? High 500s. Buenos dias, amigo. Eric Harding in the house. Get well. Thank you for saying that. Paul Figueroa, man, I was blown away, and I thought you hit the multiplier all night long to get those numbers, but you must have put in a long shift and then rested on the Sunday, right? Sounded like Sunday you were pretty exhausted, and it can be exhausting if you literally going nonstop, right? He's driving in his XL nonstop all Saturday long, probably right into the night. Hits massive number. I think it was if my memory recalls me, it was like 590, 591 or something like. I don't have access to the numbers, but most impressive Saturday. Those are big numbers to make over $500,000 on a Saturday. And here and there, you had a couple of little boosts, etc. in there. So probably during the busy times, you could up the rates a little bit. I was wondering if Thomas was maybe out there on Monday. Sorry, not on Monday, but on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or did you do the other job? Just curious. Thomas and I found out 12 hours on Saturday equals 500 plus. That's the new formula. 12 hours equals $500. So you divide that 500 by 12. You get 40. I'd want to say 45 average, at least 40, right? If you take 12 times 40, that's 480, Paul. So the remaining 20 divided by 2, yeah, that's about $41 average. Don Whitmer says, "Hey, Torsten, get well soon." Thank you. And yeah, I just want to get in there on Wednesday and get this over and done with, and let the healing process start. Monday social, hitting 5x, UberX rides all weekend. Good for you. And listen, milk it. Bring those cows to the meadow, down to the meadow, and milk them while you can, because come November, tell you what, those numbers are gone. Yeah, San Diego Rideshare Pro says Laura is the nurse. Torsten, get back on the road soon again. She's been a trooper, right, Laura?
Yes, sir.
She's exhausted. She's working. She's logged into work. She's running around, doing the shopping, the cooking. What a wife I have. Gracias, honey. Oh, threw down $10. Thank you. Very kind of you, Thomas. Thomas, did you work on the weekend? Did you get out there in San Diego or make it outside of San Diego? Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. James Skidmore says, have a family member who drives in Sacramento area and makes almost $600 every day when he drives. So he must be doing long hours, crazy hours, right? I mean, how many hours did you put in that 1 week when you made like 2,500, Thomas? Wasn't it like 60 plus hours? So just really worried that those numbers are not then, and that we're setting ourselves up for a lot of disappointment in November if we vote yes on 22, because that gives them the ultimate excuse to, run their new formula, 30 cents a mile, and 1.2 of the hourly minimum. For example, LA, that would be $13. San Diego is very, very close. San Francisco is slightly higher, average hourly, but that's only for the hours that you are driving or driving to the passenger, active hours. They don't factor in your down hours. So it's very misleading, the language. Some power there. Cool. Anybody else? Can anybody else report anything fantastic figures for the weekend. Did we drive? Did we stay at home? Robin Renus in the house. Good afternoon, everyone, she says. How are you? Hope you're doing well over there in Viva Las Vegas. So, yeah, not all too much in the news as far as Uber and Lyft concerned. Anonymous Giraffe, 1K Saturday. Super, super impressive. Sure you used the multiplier very, very often, right? Or was that done with private trips? Any chance fare multiplier and seeing final destination will stay with yes on 22? I'll tell you, Don Whitmer, I would bet $100 right here that will vanish if they get their yes on 22, right? So seeing final destination and fare multiplier, adios muchachos, come yes on 22. And drivers are fooling themselves if they think that that's going to stay around. It's not going to make any economic sense for Uber or Lyft if they have to operate fare multiplier, allow you to still keep on choosing the destination. No, this is the excuse to go back to what they've been fighting for $181 million. So don't count your chickens before they're hatched. In November, that I'm telling you, that fare multiplier and that final destination thingy is gone. Adios. Eric Harding says, in Dallas had a great weekend, $400 for 8 hours. That's amazing, Eric. That's $50 average an hour. Huge numbers there. I got some screenshots from Florida, and a guy that I know out there, Jeff, he sent me some screenshots and said, listen, it's just not worth driving for these type of numbers during the pandemic, right? I mean, we're looking here just to give you an idea on some Florida numbers. $1.75, $2, $4.75, $2.50, $3.20, $2, $2, $1. Down in Miami. Welcome to Miami. $2.25 and $2.50. Really? I'm just asking, Florida, is that what gets you out? Right? Is that what lures you out during the pandemic? Those I don't consider numbers. Right here, and what you need to be fighting for in Florida is something like an AB5, and don't let the company scare you. Just fight for some equivalent of AB5, so you can also have a multiplier. So you can also be making Don Whitmer's rates. You can be making Paul Figueroa's rates. You can be making Thomas Gibson's rates, Rick Nelson's rate. Rick Nelson says, hi from Long Beach, working this area, going to Texas October to pick up my car. Rick, Ruben updated me on my car this morning and mentioned that you had dropped by and that you have a booster for that car, that a faulty booster. That's an expensive item. It's about a $2,000 item. Is that right? It's a big job. So I wasn't sure for which car that was. Maybe you could share. Robin says, getting back on the road this week. Governor also just reopened up bars and distilleries, finally. Okay. Which people will be happy about as long as they just keep their social distancing and do their little bit with the masks, right? That's sort of like part two. Opening up the bars and the restaurants, fine and good. But be responsible, be safe. Eric says, I did all on Lyft, one after the other, never stopped. Wow, that's impressive, dude. Was there any like special occasion going on in Dallas during that time, or was it just a very, very busy day? Anonymous Giraffe says, and Lyft would just give the multiplier to everybody and allow it to be used. They would make so much more money. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. You know, I mean, they. I'm sure you can, but they're so used to 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014 paying hardly anything, right? They're getting this 5-star service for pennies on the dollar. And now, for once, right, for once, they are seeing higher rates because the drivers are setting the rates. And they're willing to pay that because they know what they're getting from you, a safe trip, reliable, clean, 5-star service. They're paying for that. And Uber makes 50% of that, so they're making way more money. So it doesn't make any sense that doesn't make any sense at all that Lyft should do the equivalent. I mean, come on, Lyft, if you want to make some money, bring out the multiplier, right? Not only will you be making money, but your drivers will be making money. And if this formula is working, and I'm sure Uber's making a lot of money on the multiplier, why don't we open up the multiplier and that final destination filter to all cities, to all people around the country, to all people overseas, right? Come and enjoy some of the privileges we have right now here in California, again, because of AB5. Yep, sports games, I thought so. Very cool. Very, very cool. Anonymous Giraffe, bring the multiplier out everywhere. Thank you. Thank you. That is what I'm preaching, this multiplier. Bring it out everywhere. Not this here. Not this. This is silly. This is a silly game that they're playing. Right? And drivers shouldn't fall for this. You shouldn't haul for under 4, right? Don't worry. Put it on quiet. It's all cool. No. Put it on fine. In the house says, hey, hope you're doing good. From Tyne, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yeah. Thank you. Good to see you, buddy. So yeah, Anonymous Giraffe, bring the multiplier out for everyone. Come on, why can't a Denver, Colorado driver enjoy a multiplier? Probably many of you haven't even seen the multiplier. What does it look like? You've only been shown pictures, right? But to get base fare and be able to manipulate that, right? Well, still not the true classification of an independent contractor. Independent contractor is not guided by base rates. You set your own rates. But having a starting point and going up 1.2, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.2, 3.5, you can gauge it, right? You can look. You could jump onto the Rider app, right? Jump onto the Rider app, see where it's mega busy. Oh wow, there's red there right at the moment, which means super high demand. Why don't I jack my multiplier up, right? So you get the intel from the passenger app, and then you accordingly adjust it on the multiplier, right? It's pretty much how the top guys are doing. Thomas says, why would a new rideshare company call their name Dumpling? Now they model, if you've read about the article in the LA Times, I try to bring it up here, but it said I had exceeded the number of articles, so I've got to pay for it again. But a good question by Thomas. Why would you call your company Dumpling? Dumpling. I mean, Dumpling? WTF? Why do you call it Dumpling? It's just, maybe it's so stupid that everybody talks about it, right? It gets a lot of recognition just because of the dumb name. Maybe that's their marketing approach, Thomas. But they charge a set fee. The driver keeps 97% of the earnings, right? They charge for credit card transactions 3%, right? And then you have like some monthly fee. I don't exactly know, but bring it out. The more companies you have in a marketplace, the more competition, the more Uber and Lyft have to up their game. So yes, I mean, Dumpling, come on in, Dumpling, change your name. Monday Social says multiplier also opens up rides up for passengers late at night when there's not many drivers on the road. Correct, exactly. So that it's a really good point he made there, because it's almost like an incentive. Well, okay, you know what? Maybe I will do that graveyard shift 3 to 5 a.m. Not many people on the road. Saturday morning, 4 a.m. Some people are still maybe at a party in Hollywood Hills. There's not many, but now there is an incentive for a driver to go out and say, hey, I'm going to do the 4 a.m. shift. And the other person says, listen, we've been partying like rock stars in Hollywood Hills till 4 a.m. I don't mind paying for the multiplier. So you have two satisfied groups, right? One group that just wants to get home. One driver is willing to work and making a lot of money. So I like your thinking there. Ty says, what's your opinion on the biggest adjustment drivers should do with their driving styles post COVID-19? Post COVID, what are we talking? 2021 here? Look, I think that if Uber and Lyft get away with this, they hired lobbyists, masters of deceptions who wrote the legal language on Yes on 22. People are literally falling for those deceptive tactics, right? So I hope that Yes on 22 doesn't come through. And there may be many people in the room that will want to vote Yes on 22. I cannot change that, right? But what I think is going to happen post-COVID is, and again, just throwing out a number, July 2021, you're not going to have the destination filter. California is going to be, if Yes on 22 goes through, California drivers are going to be dropping out because they're not making money, right? Maybe other cities or countries around the world will, I think, post-COVID, mid-July 2021 would be pretty much equivalent to July 2019. That would be my best answer there. Amy Montgomery, hi, Professor. Hope you're feeling better soon. Thank you. Good to see you here. Appreciate you being here. Hope you and your family are good, safe. I'm just waiting to get under the chopping block and get those screws and bolts put in my foot. Fix me up, Buttercup. That's what I say. Let the road to, not to discovery, but recovery start as soon as possible. So Orange County, Amy says, was non-stop last night. Sunday night, non-stop. Wow. Rick Nelson, turns out this 2016 Prius only needed 10 ounces of brake fluid. Oh, you were out. Did Ruben solve that for you, or did you figure that out, right? Brake fluid's important. By the way, if Rick said, what you go in and you think it could be a big issue, right? That's a reminder to everyone to take care of your car, because your car is your safety. Your brake liquid, ladies and gentlemen, check it yesterday, right? Check it yesterday. Your brake liquid, probably one of the most important. You start pumping and you don't have the brakes, all hell breaks loose, right? Differential oil, transmission oil, engine oil, brake fluids, water, coolant, blah, blah, blah. There's 5 or 6 or 7 different liquids that the car needs, just like your body needs water, healthy food here, supplied by Laura. She's laughing. NOP in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome to our house Mondays. You're welcome, Ty. Eric Carden says, yes, he's correct. Late night, 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Money time. Also, the danger factor goes up, right? Got to admit, right? Especially for females out there driving, probably the most dangerous hours, 11 p.m. till 3 a.m. Wouldn't really advise that. Money-making hours, but also the most dangerous hours. Why? Because people just drink. Drinking, partying. Once you're over that limit, people go a little bit crazy. Drugs. Daniel Villanova's in the house, keeping the faith and the fight. Saludos. Saludos back to you, my brother. Hopefully getting better and better. Stay safe. Yes, slowly climbing back, climbing up that. And good food. Changing my food. Changing my eating habits big time. NOP says things are okay. Talked to Colorado Appeals Office last week. They told me PUA is still holding my appeal file. I think they are doing it on purpose. So what you need to do is NOP, You got to find out who the players are. What are their names? The head of the labor board, the head of this, the head in Colorado, right? Start calling them out on Twitter, make them look stupid. Like I have written to Mrs. So-and-so, all of these people are up for re-election, right? Even on those levels, call them out on Facebook, hashtag their name, right? You put first and last name, make sure you don't separate them, but you keep them together. The at sign, the hashtag sign on Twitter, the hashtag sign on Facebook videos. You got to call these people out. You got to say, listen, what do I have to do here to get paid, Mr. So-and-so or Mrs. So-and-so? Humiliate them in social media, right? The one thing is when you start pricking their ego, you take that little pin, prick the ego, then they start acting. You know what? They'll make one phone call and say, just take care of this guy. They may not take care of the other 20 people over here, but go and take care of NOP, right? So get under their skin. Amy Montgomery says, I may have to have a double fusion in my lower back. Oof, I can already feel that pain. Ay, ay, ay. Do your stretches, do your yoga, whatever you can do, man. Oh, Thomas, you're spoiling me, man. You're spoiling me, brother. Appreciate you. You're just too kind. You're such an awesome soul. Thank you. Throwing that down. You have a good, still haven't told me if you had a good weekend. I always love to see your screenshots. Use those use Thomas's screenshots as motivators, as a motivating factor for California drivers and other drivers in neighboring states, right? Thomas and Paul Figueroa hit big numbers consistently. It's a formula. Got to hit the road, man. Hit the road, be safe, drive safe out there on all those byways, highways, side streets. Be safe, Thomas. Eyes on the wheel. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. I really appreciate you. James Skidmore in the house. Don't forget Freon for the air conditioner. Thank you. That's another liquid we need to make sure, right? You don't want to run out of that and then your passenger's all hot and sweaty and pissed off and you don't get tips. Air conditioning will lead to tips, right? We know that. Robin Reneth, Nevada DETR is supposed to do appeals within 7 to 10 days. I've given them every document for proof of income. Keep on calling them out. Keep on hammering them. And Thomas, drive safe. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like some people are still trying to get paid, right? In California, to give an example, and I read out that state by state list. The $300 per week, right? Please do report if you're getting that. Some people got like $900 at once.
Mr. T.
How are you? How are you, buddy? Look at yourself there. Look, I'm on live.
You're on live?
Our House Mondays. I threw you straight.
You're recording live?
I'm live from my bed, Brian.
Oh, nice.
You see here all the comments? Can you see them?
Nice.
Cool. Do you want to stay online or should I just call you right after the feed?
Just checking in on you.
Sorry, but I didn't want to hold you on the line and you'd be yapping away there and then you'd be part of everyone's discussion. You know what I mean? So I'll call you back after the feed. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. That's Brian, legend Brian. On Goat, we the scheduling software we handed over to the co-op in Canada, so that's being incorporated there. Just to answer that quickly, NOP says, "Wow, that stinks." Yeah, I filed an appeal in July. I've been calling them for a month, and appeals office tells me they are waiting on PUA. Who has my file? I'm appealing my claim for overpayment. L5 vertebra is stage 2 slip disc. May require the double fusion. Oh, do you sometimes get like a slip disc and then you pinch a nerve? That's excruciating, excruciating pain. So back to that, state by state, I think only 3 states would not pay out the $300 weekly, but here in California, some people started getting 300, some people started getting 900, some people started getting the full amount. I mean, they have like 3 very, very strange payouts, but what they promised the people is that I think up to a maximum of $1,800, 6-week payments of $300. That was the max that they would pay out in California. The most that some people have received so far is about $1,200. Some only 300, some 900, some 1,200. That's in California, unless you have a different number that you can share with us. Like today I'm gonna shave. It's very, very hard to, to stand in the bathroom on one leg and do all the necessary things, right? The cleaning, the toothbrush, the everything. It's like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So today I'm gonna hit that shaver because Brian beats everyone when it comes to facial hair. You saw his beard there. He's got a real full beard. Robin says, NOP, they used my profit loss bottom line from tax return, then divided that number into 4 quarters and changed my quarterly earnings that I factually reported without subtracting my taxes. So it sounds like they're trying to pay you out less than they originally promised you. Is that right? Is that pretty accurate? Thomas has got an airport pickup. Cool. Shouldn't be too far from your house, right, Thomas? To the airport? That's cool. Yeah, do share. Hit that like button, everyone, if we can. Greatly appreciated. I'm just checking messages. This is horrific. Did you hear the story today that 2 Uber passengers are dead after suspected street racer cut the car in 2? So you doing your thing, you minding your business, you driving safe. And this is like what I'm teaching my son who's starting to drive, You got to be aware 360 what's happening around you. You may know how to drive or you're learning how to drive, but it's the idiots that are around you. This is just so sad. So sad. 2 Uber passengers dead after suspected street racer cut the car in 2. How fast was that guy going? Right? 2 female Uber passengers in Houston have died after a driver leading a pursuit with police crashed into their rideshare vehicle over the weekend on Saturday. Brian Tatum, who is suspected of being involved in a street race, crashed into the car. That's horrific, man. It wants me to download the app. Won't give me the whole news story unless I download the app. Okay, here we go. Mark Roughton in the house. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Let's just go back. I'm trying to get that article. Wow. Just trying to get the video loaded here. Arkansas in the house. Street racing. Okay, that's doesn't really capture the accident, but it was speeding over 100 miles per hour. Street race was going on. 51-year-old has subsequently been arrested on 2 felony murder charges. Oh, wow. So he survived, they died. Sad. Following the crash on Saturday, according to a statement from the Harris County, this is in Houston, Texas, authorities said that the deputies attempted to pull Mr. Tatum over at about 11:30 p.m. on Saturday night as he ran several red lights. And then obviously a car chase, excessive speeds over 100 miles an hour, and then he hits this car. And two females, 2 ladies were in there, 2 Uber riders. 2 women riding in the back of the Uber were ejected from the vehicle at impact and were pronounced dead at the scene by paramedics. Both the Uber driver and Mr. Tatum survived the crash and were treated for injuries at Ben Taub Hospital. But the latter has already been discharged and transferred to the county jail. Wow. So his life is not worth it, right? It's not worth driving 100 miles away from the cops. You're not going to win in that scenario. Don't try to be the tough guy. John Curtis is in the house. JC from New York. How did you get injured? I wiped out in the bathroom, hit a glass mirror, and passed out. And then Laura found me. So got to get the brakes in the foot, leg, and ankle sorted out. Got stitched up here on the side, ear, side of the head. Just want the surgery to take place this week and start the healing process. Racy branches, they do that here all the time. Street races, yeah, it's bad. Here in California, a lot as well, especially late at night. Oh, you know where that happened? You familiar with that area in Houston, Texas, Mark? You used to live there, right? Oh, no. Not a car accident, no. No, I try to be as responsible as possible in the car. And I don't speed. My wife drives faster than I do.
It's true.
It's true. She can testify. She races ways. She races. She goes to these racing tracks.
Yeah. You are a much more responsible driver.
She says, I'm a much more responsible driver. Did you hear that? Not 20 years ago. Definitely not 20 years ago. But I've slowed down the pace, very responsible, and sometimes she complains, hey, you're driving too slow. Speed it up, buddy. Miss NASCAR driver here, Miss Formula One driver. Holy mackerel. Sometimes you just clinch the side of the seats. But she can drive. She can drive. She goes to all these racetracks and practices. She's a Miss Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. And sometimes, like, leave Orange County, right? Visiting a family, and the next thing she's here, I'm like, what, you back already? How fast were you driving? So I know how long I would have taken, but then, then there's Laura, likes accelerator, especially corners, loves corners for some reason. Oh, you lived in Houston for 60 years. Yeah, God, you got to know. Then you must know the bearing by that shopping center there, Galleria. That's where I used to stay for 2 years. Right by the Galleria, two roads up. Robin says NOP shouldn't have to settle for less either because DETR is calculating weekly. Exactly. You want to get paid the amount. You want to get paid your dues. Why should someone else be treated differently to you and get more money out of this? You keep on hammering and fight for your payment. Good job. That just means harassing them on the phones, calling them, tying up the phone lines. Eventually they cave, right? Eventually they give in. And did you guys see Dark Road Run's funny video? Oh my gosh. It was so funny. He was doing like a jam with Ricky Nelson. There's Dustin, Bikini Girls, other girls, Sensei, Torsten. He's just too funny, man. He was playing hip hop. He was playing country music. And they were having a big No on 22 party. Good job, Dark Road Run. Man, the guy makes me laugh. He really does. So he has my kids on the phone talking to me. Oh, there was just, I said, come, let's meet for Lakers game. So we watched the Lakers together. And man, were they lucky? Did you guys see that? Buzzer beater, Anthony Davis. Do you have any videos on wings? No, I'm starting to read up about wings, and we'll definitely make some videos on wings. I've never driven from them. Have I heard of them? Yes. But I welcome them. I welcome Dumpling. I welcome wings. When I get off the live feed, I'll do some more research. And if you want a video on that, sure, I'll do it. Rick Nelson says, LA. Robin says they should never base a weekly benefit amount on a P&L bottom line. That's not our quarterly earnings. There we go. Tell them. Drum it in. You got to. Are you using Twitter and Facebook and everything, Robin? Call out all those people. Uneducated. I can tell you one thing about Robin. She does her research, and she has insane legal arguments. You can't outclass her. So I can tell you 99% of the time, the people that she's dealing with don't even understand the complexity of the issue as she does, right? So you got like a whole bunch of fools on the other side, just like randomly, okay, this person gets that person gets that. And then you start bringing the arguments. You're bringing real arguments why they're wrong with their numbers. It doesn't get through to their brains. At Barbell Salt Flats? Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm going to make a video on Dumpling. Look, Dumpling sounds, Dumpling's legit. They operate in other markets. If you're making 97% of your monies and you're just paying the 3% for the credit card transactions, and you're paying a base to be on their platform, and they are already established, then you're looking at a winning formula. That company will make inroads. Definitely make inroads. NOP, your email is just too funny. Can you email me at this Gmail? You crack me up, buddy. One thing I like about NOP, now I can't read out your title all the time, right? But you'll say NOP's in the house. I don't know exactly who's in the house. Mohammed Khalil's in the house. Woo! Greetings, Prof. How's everyone? I hope you're feeling well. Zoom Ride was supposed to launch in Detroit. Okay, did it or did not? It did not launch? Were you waiting? Was it a false launch or a false? What happened there? I was looking at the Uber stock. Let's see. Dumpling also operates in the grocery shopping space. Launched ride-hail application Dumpling Drive that aims to enable Uber and Lyft drivers to go into business for themselves instead of taking a share of every ride. The site charges drivers a monthly fee. There's also a 3% credit card charge. The drivers keep the remaining 97%. So I was right. With everything that was going on in California, we wanted to give Uber and Lyft drivers an alternative, said Joel Shapiro, co-chief executive of Dumpling. This is a decidedly different experience for both the rider and the driver. Aside from helping ride-hail drivers track and bill for their work, so they have like an accounting system set up for you, Dumpling is little like Uber and Lyft. This app is more of a complement to Uber and Lyft than a competitor. And that's mainly because Dumpling doesn't send riders to drivers. It is simply helps them price and bill for rides they arrange on their own. So it's like what I built in Goat, right? Scheduling platform. The best way for you to launch your Dumpling Drive business is to work for other ride-hail companies at the same time. Always been saying this, drive for these companies, and then you could recruit them over to Dumpling. By the way, you can schedule your trips directly through me in Dumpling or as a private driver, right, where you're setting your rates. How it works. To understand how it works, let's first look at how Uber and Lyft operate. With those companies, drivers sign up, get approved, and then flip on the apps when they want to make themselves available to provide a ride. The only decision the driver makes is whether to take a fare. Everything else, finding the rider, connecting the driver, and determining both the price and the rider, the price the rider pays and how much of the fare is passed along to the driver is determined by the ride-hailing company. Once any given ride is completed, the driver and rider part ways and most likely will never see each other again. That's the classic Uber and Lyft model. Dumpling, on the other hand, leaves nearly everything in the hands of the driver, including, oh, beautiful, beautiful. That stuff is good. Chamomile. That's awesome. That's that calming tea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you. Hands of the driver, including finding the clients and determining pricing. When drivers sign on with this app, the program asks them to set their rates, including when drivers sign on with this app, the program asks them to set their rates, including minimum per mile and per minute charges. When the rider wants to book a trip, he or she plugs in the start and end points and the timing of the ride. The app estimates the cost based on historical traffic patterns and the driver's preferences. The driver can accept, reject, or ask to alter the booking. Setting rates. We're talking Dumpling now, by the way. Dumpling, right? By the way, after this, I want to give my sponsor a shout out, Cova. Got to mention them here. So setting the rates with Dumpling, this is really good stuff. Let's say you're a driver who wants to earn $30 an hour, okay, after expenses. You might set your rates at 50 cents per minute plus 58 cents per mile. The Internal Revenue Service estimates the cost of each business mile at 57.5 cents, given the average cost of gas, depreciation, insurance, and repairs. You can also set minimum rate for each ride. For example, $5 or $10. So you don't have to bother with unprofitable short trips. What happens when someone wants to book you to drive them to the airport 30 miles away? The app plugs in your required mileage cost of $17.40 at 58 cents a mile. It also estimates the drive time based on how long it would typically take to get to that destination at the time of the day, given historical traffic patterns. If that drive would typically take 45 minutes, the app will add a per minute charge of $22.50. Final cost to the rider, $39.90, which is competitive with the cost of booking the same airport trip with Uber or Lyft. However, the dumpling driver is not splitting that fare with a ride-hail company. Outside of the 3% credit card processing fee, the entire cost of the ride plus any tip goes directly to the driver. Thank you. So that is a definition of an independent contractor right there. And Uber and Lyft better wake up, because if these guys make inroads, they're in trouble. So outside of the 3% credit card processing fee, the entire cost of the ride plus any tip goes directly to the driver. That nets the dumpling driver $38.70 before any tip. Alex Ross is in the house, says hi. I will, Robin, I'm just reading this article while you're texting me, so got a lot going on here. What would the driver take home with Uber given the company's formula in Los Angeles? The same ride would pay an Uber driver $27.45 before tip, about 30% less. Dumpling does charge a $20 monthly subscription fee. That's completely doable, right? Still, if you book 10 rides per month through this app, that works out to a cost of $2 per ride, a fraction of what you'd pay to Uber and Lyft. The site is also giving drivers a 2-month free trial, so there's no cost to try out the service. So that's awesome, right? 2 months free. You get to check out the service, and then $20 per month. That's nothing. Finding clients. Dumpling's main shortcoming is that it doesn't arrange on-demand rides and doesn't find customers for you. If you drop off a customer at the airport, Dumpling, unlike Uber and Lyft, won't connect you with a rider in the same place who wants to be picked up. Yeah, so you just Dumpling. I think with Dumpling, it could grow and grow and grow and become better and better and better for you. And it should be in the mix, right? It should be in the mix as far as apps that you should have running next to Uber and Lyft. And then slowly, gradually start building out those clients. While theoretically, one of our regular customers could ping you if they found themselves stranded somewhere, the app is focused on rides that are planned in advance. More important, you must find your own clients. That's one reason it makes sense to use Dumpling Drive as a supplement to Uber and Lyft rather than as a replacement. If you happen to hit off with the Lyft rider, for instance, you can hand that person your Dumpling business card. There we go. That's how you do it. Remember? It's exactly how I do it. You can hand them your Dumpling business card at the end of the ride and suggest that they call you whenever they want to schedule a trip in advance. Exactly. And of course, you can flip on your Uber or Lyft apps when you've completed a Dumpling ride, so you can get on-demand work to fill your unscheduled time. A ride-hail driver in Baton Rouge says he has used the strategy to build his Dumpling business to about $1,000 in regular rides each month. Excellent. He still depends on Uber and Lyft for the bulk of his income. But Dumpling is becoming a growing percentage of his business, just as I said. You grow it and grow it and grow it. Abstract Echo, hi. How are you, buddy? Good. Cool, I'm reading. So I'm just so marketing yourself with Dumpling. Finding your own clients requires marketing your services. Unfamiliar territory for many drivers. By the way, I teach that all at Rideshare Driving School. Exactly what Dumpling would be teaching you here, I teach at Rideshare Driving School. So hit me up if you need a code for that. Finding your own clients requires marketing your services. Unfamiliar territory for many drivers. However, this gives each driver the ability to specialize in the type of rides they like best. If, for instance, you like driving people to the airport, you might talk to travel agents in your neighborhood, drop off business cards, and ask that they recommend you to clients. Likewise, those who want to specialize in driving elderly clients might market through senior centers. Liban from Texas, you'd want to look into this, my friend. You can target business groups through a local chamber of commerce and target parents through local PTA organizations. Advantage for regulars. Although finding your own clients may be a challenge, it can be an advantage. Uber and Lyft drivers often complain about inconsiderate riders spilling drinks in their cars or hopping in without wearing masks. They also tell horror stories about drunk partiers passing out or tossing up in their vehicles. When you build your own clientele, you can simply deny rides to companies who don't follow your rules, while encouraging the customers you like to book with you. After all, you're in charge here. So that's pretty much, it's a great article. I'll do another separate video on it, but that's pretty much how you run your private business, just as Dumpling encourages you to start building out your clientele, right? Mark Roughton says 2:45. What are we? 2:45. What is that? The time? What is 2:45? No, can't be the time. So, you know, this guy in Baton Rouge, I mean, he's making $1,000 with Dumpling. He's slowly building out his private clients. That's literally what I teach at Rideshare Driving School. How to build out your private clients, right? You don't have that riffraff. You don't have those crazies. Oh, thanks, Robin. She sent this. Make at least $265 for your next 35 trips. When you're ready to get back on the road, we want you to feel confident about how much you can earn. So we're introducing a new offer that can help during uncertain times. Earn at least $265 when you complete 35 trips in Las Vegas in your first week of driving again. So that's the little carrot. Hey, come back. We need you as a driver. They know that you were a great driver. They know that you put a lot of trips in for the company pre the pandemic. Why did they suddenly stop, right? And here they are dangling the carrot. They basically want you to come back. Would get this type of email, right? Because earn at least $265 when you complete 35 trips in Las Vegas in your first week of driving. If you earn less, you'll get the difference. To take advantage of this offer, open the driver app and start driving in the next 5 days. The offer will begin once you open the driver app. So that is a nice way to lure you back. Daniel Sanchez says, I always type Uber on YouTube search to get updates about Uber, but it keeps getting bombarded by Rideshare. Keep spam posting the same thing and make it harder for us to see real updates. Like, yeah, I know. He's just cut and paste spamming and does all this weird stuff there. Not the greatest fan. Definitely not the greatest fan of the hub. It's Moose is in the house. Have you heard of the PRO Act protecting the right to organize? The House passed it back in February 2020. Cool. Send me a link. I'd love to read up about that. Romeo Bukala in the house. What the doctor said about your health, man. The doctor said, come in on Wednesday to schedule your surgery. Right? Come in on Wednesday to schedule your surgery. Let's do it. I'm drinking the naked juice.
Good.
Green machine. I'm a green machine.
Amazing.
Used to be a mean machine, and now I'm a green machine. Honey, am I your green machine?
You are.
Cool. Sharing the office here. We're upstairs. Challenging thing about this place is it has 3 flights, 3 sets of stairs, 3 flights. So the crutches, it's impossible. You're stuck on the 3rd level, right on the top. All right, we're on the 1 hour mark. I got to slowly wind down. Ray the mailman, Uber. Yeah, the airports have picked up big time, big time. I even watched a report on that on the weekend on CNN, how the airports are bouncing back. So airport trips are starting to come back. I stopped coffee the day I had the accident. I'm not going back to coffee. That's it. That's my promise. I'll have tea. Laura made me makes me green tea or chamomile tea. I'm all in, healthy now. I'm gonna get my foot done. Gonna get back to walking, exercising. You know, I'm not a fat, obese like character. I just have to live healthier and eat healthier. Yeah, NOP, yes, dealt with. I'm not going to go into details, but dealt with. Akraf Amin says green tea is more healthy. Are you saying green tea over chamomile, Akraf? Is that a fact? Laura agrees with you. So okay, I'll follow. Kanka in the house. Hey man, what an amazing individual. Appreciate you. Kanka Ashik Reza. Nice to see you back. Thank you for all your kind messages through Facebook. I really appreciate that, Kanka. Can't wait to see you guys back out on the streets. We'll meet up somewhere. We'll have a tea together, not a coffee. You can have a coffee if you want to. And listen, we don't have many days to go before November. I mean, you got the big election. We'll be choosing a president. You'll be choosing yes on Prop 22 or no on 22. Lots of decisions to be made, my friends. Yes, way better than coffee. Abstract Jimmy says my 3 go-to teas are green tea, chai tea, and passion tea. Cool. I like that. You got passion in your life there. It's good stuff, that passion tea. I've had it at Starbucks several times. Rick, was my red Bel Air still in Long Beach when you went in there today? I miss not being able to work on that car. Hopping around, exactly. All right, my friends, my amigos, meine Freunde. 1 hour, 4 minutes. Ice green tea at Starbucks, making me thirsty. And I've got chamomile tea waiting for me. So I'm excited. And you guys too, just take care of your health, okay? Eat healthy, drink healthy. Tris says, just wanted to pop in and say hello. Gotta go, take care. Hi and bye. Thank you for dropping in, Tris. And everyone else, stay safe, be well. Let's light up the room with some emojis. I'll take a picture. Let's set the frequency for the week, my friends. Oh, this was another funny picture that Dark Road Run did. This Waymo car was chasing Dara. That was like right after the Arizona accident. Absolutely, Don. You should start private clients. And by the way, I hope and pray that Dumpling comes into LA quickly, because that will literally help you and teach you the same or very similar process of building private clients, the Dumpling model. And they got some excellent accounting software. Basically, paying $20 a month for their software program. You're keeping 97% of the fares, right? 97% versus Uber and Lyft taking 50%. Take care, Kanka. Thank you. Get out there, be safe, drive safe, wear your mask, sanitize your cars. Don't let the guard down, right? Just don't start getting lazy about this. You got to do this between every single trip, right? Hardbody in the house. Recently moved to Los Angeles, and I'm looking to buy a used car. Remember, so you could go on Tuesday. Look up Buffy's auctions. Otherwise, I can Hardbody. I can put you together with a guy, Michael, and he's at the corner. He's at Bimmer Sports. He charges about a $400-$500 finding fee, but he buys the cars at the auction. Prices are ridiculously low. So you can attend Bruffy's auctions, a public auction yourself. You could look at their website to see what inventory they have. Or you know what you want, you go to Michael at Bimmer Sports. Let's say he goes out there and buys your car for $6,000 to $10,000, which would usually cost $15,000 elsewhere. And you save a lot of money by buying at these dealer auctions, and he just takes a $400 or $500 finding fee for doing it for you. And so what he does is he shops at the Texas auctions, the Florida auctions, and the California auctions, and gets you the best deals, right? That's how you can do it. Thanks, John Curtis. And then Hardbody, you're more than welcome. Just not this week, please, because I'll be in surgery, but next week, you're more than welcome to text me at this number. Here it is. And I will, well, you could text me and I'll gladly send you those leads, right? The name and the links to those websites. There it is. Just text me at that number, Hardbody. And welcome to LA, brother. Be safe out here, okay? Learn the ropes. You'll have a lot of fun in LA. It's a great city. And the surroundings of LA are super fun. South Bay, down Orange County, out this area, Calabasas, Thousand Oaks, Agoura Hills, Westlake, Newbury Park, all the way through to Camarillo, Oxnard, Ventura, Santa Barbara. It's beautiful. Get to know your surroundings. You'll really like it. To everyone, stay safe, and thank you for participating. Difficult one. In today's Our House live feed, directly from my bed. And as I get stronger, yeah, I'll go back to my TV. It's sort of like studio setup that I have downstairs and make it more interactive. But for now, this will have to do. Adios, muchachos. Be safe. Two more likes before I leave. We're on 18. Pop, 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 pop. Smash that like button. 19, thank you. And then 19. Average age of the Vietnam soldier. And then 19. 21. Excelente. That makes me happy. All right. Let me just type a little message for all of you. Gotta eat something now and get something in my body. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Thank you, and thank you again.